One of the folks who encouraged everyone to wait for the investigators and the jury to return a verdict on the Ferguson shooting was Sheriff David Clarke of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He joins me now. Sheriff, thank you for being here. How many more cops are going to have to get shot before people understand that sending a message to the American people that all cops are racist pigs and they need to pay for the sins of some is going to stop?
Well, Megan, you know, I said several months ago on your show, as a matter of fact, that war has been declared on the American police officer. Some people thought I was engaging in hyperbole, but as we can see, this assault on the American officer continues. This isn't the first time. It happened in L.A., it happened in San Francisco. Excuse me, cops on routine patrol taking sniper fire. It's unfathomable that we've gotten to this point in the United States, but it was my biggest fear when President Obama and Eric Holder, along with Bill de Blasio, trashed the reputation of an entire profession. What do we get today? We get a tweet from the President of the United States after the shooting. Violence against police is unacceptable. Our prayers are with the officers in Missouri. Path to justice is one all of us must travel together. B.O. That might score him point with hipsters, but it's not going over real big with me, and it's not going over real big with the American law enforcement officer. I need the President of the United States and the Attorney General to remind our young black men in these American ghettos that they have an obligation to comply with the law enforcement officer's lawful commands, and that if we want to end these deadly encounters, it's going to be incumbent upon them to stop fighting the police, stop resisting arrest, stop engaging the police in foot pursuits, and stop trying to disarm them. Because when you go engaging in behavior like that with a law enforcement officer, you're headed to a very dark place where it's not going to turn out real well for you.
The president's tweet took some pushback on Twitter today. Somebody tweeted out, Mike Brown got a speech and 40 DOJ investigators, 2 police officers get a tweet. And yet, to defend the president and the attorney general, for that matter, in almost every statement they have made from the beginning of this case, they have taken pains to defend law enforcement. Eric Holder pointing out that I think it's his brother is a law enforcement officer. You know, they always acknowledge the sacrifice that law enforcement officers make and the danger to them.
But they're doing what's politically expedient. On one hand, they say those things, all right, but then on the other hand, they go around and saying things like when the president said our police are poorly trained and they have a fear of people who do not look like him. When the Attorney General of the United States invokes the name of Emmett Till, of all people, and says that's a symbolic of what happened in Ferguson, Missouri. Emmett Till wasn't even a law enforcement officer involved case. But when they make that sort of those sorts of statements, they are fanning the flames of racial discord, and so they're having it both ways, which is what really bothers me. So I'm not buying when